I really don't think you have anything to worry about, Charlie Brown. After all, scientists have shown that a person's character isn't really established until the age of 5.
But I am 5. I'm more than 5.
Well, that's the way it goes.
Lack of confidence, his inferiority, and his lack of confidence, his clumsiness, his inferiority, and his lack of confidence, his stupidity, his clumsiness, his inferiority, and his lack of confidence,
never been able to keep a kite in the air, never won a game of checkers, and never successfully punted a football. Sometimes I marvel at his consistency.
I think Charlie Brown has nice hands.
It's truly a dog's life, filled with many challenges. I mean, come on, you try and act exciting when that little round-headed kid comes home from school.
Now, Linus, I want you to take a good look at Charlie Brown's face. Would you please hold still a minute, Charlie Brown? I'd like Linus to examine your face. Now this is what you call a failure face. Notice how it has failure written all over it. Study it carefully. You rarely see such a good example. Notice those deep lines, the dull, vacant look in his eyes. Yes, I would say this is one of the finest examples of a failure face that you're liable to see for a long while.
Some days, I wake up early to watch the sunrise, and I think how beautiful it is and how my life lies before me. And I get a very positive feeling about things. Like this morning, for instance. The sky's so clear, the sun's so bright. How could anything go wrong on a day like this? I'm late! Try, gotta get that kite to fly, and I'm not the kind of guy who gives up. Not to make a scene, a good man, yes, but I confess I don't know what they mean. I want to rise like I should and do everything right, but I lie awake at night,
Never sleep,
with questions in my ear.
loud and deep,
I want to join the dance,
take the leap.
but the answer isn't clear that I hear.
Charlie Brown, you're a good man, Charlie Brown. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. You're on the bus, get on the bus, go ahead, get on the bus, Charlie Brown. Don't want to be late for school, that's right. Don't want to be late for school. You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
Go again.
Kind of reminder me.
I don't think
No guilty, and a sense of
I'm not good. I'm not bad.
you're a good man, Charlie Brown.
Last time I don't understand.
Prince to be king. Where the horse is yours, you can open any doors, you can go out and do anything. You could be king, Charlie Brown. You could be
Nothing lasts forever. All good things must end. I've memorized this phrase by heart.
and you were born from this heart.
So tell me,
You're a good man,
need to know where.
good man, Charlie Brown.
When do the good things start?
This is my report on the past. The past has always interested people. I must admit, however, I don't know much about it. I wasn't there when it happened.
Lunchtime is one of the worst times of the day for me. Sitting here all alone. Well, mornings aren't so pleasant either. Waking up and wondering if anybody would really miss me if I never got out of bed. And then there's the nighttime too, where I just lie and think about all the stupid things I've done during the day. And then there's all those hours in between, when I do all those stupid things. Well, lunchtime is one of the worst times of the day for me. Well, I at least better see what I've got. Peanut butter. Some psychiatrists say lonely people eat peanut butter. I guess they're right. And they say if you're especially lonely, the peanut butter sticks to the roof of your mouth. Boy, the PTA sure did a good job of painting these benches. There's that cute little redheaded girl eating her lunch over there. I wonder what she would do if I got up and asked to have lunch with her. She'd probably laugh right in my face. It's hard on a face when it gets laughed in. There's an empty spot right next to her on the bench. I don't see why I just couldn't go up and have lunch with her. All I have to do is stand up. I'm standing up. I'm sitting there. I'm a coward. I'm so much of a coward. She won't even think of looking at me. She hardly ever does look at me. Why shouldn't she look at me? Is she so great and I so small that she can't spare one little more? She's looking at me! What do I do?
You're thinking of the other dress. The one I wore to Lucinda's party. The one I'm talking about was the very light blue one that had a design embroidered around the waist.
I don't remember.
Something like this. The skirt went out like this. It had puffy sleeves like this. And a sash like that. Yes, I remember. Guess what? That was the dress I was wearing when I met Frida.
Lunch hour is among one of the worst times of the day for me. That little redheaded girl's looking at me with this stupid bag on my head. She must think I'm the biggest fool alive. But she isn't looking at me. Then I can take the bag off quickly, and she never noticed to begin with. On the other hand, if I never take the bag off my head, I'll never have to know if she was looking at me or not. On the other hand, it's very hard to breathe in here. She's not looking at me. I wonder why she never looks at me. Oh well, one lunch hour over with. Only 2,863 to go. All I need is one more try. Gotta get that kite to fly. And I'm not the kind of guy who gives up easily. Have lunch with her. She'd probably laugh right in my face. It's hard on a face when it gets laughed in. There's an empty spot right next to her on the bench. I don't see why I just couldn't go up and have lunch with her. All I have to do is stand up. I'm standing up. I'm sitting down. I'm a coward. I'm so much of a coward. She won't even think of looking at me. She hardly ever does look at me. Why shouldn't she look at me? Is she so great and I so small that she can't spare one little more? She's looking at me! What do I do?
You're thinking of the other dress. The one I wore to Lucinda's party. The one I'm talking about was the very light blue one that had a design embroidered around the waist.
I don't remember.
Something like this. The skirt went out like this. It had puffy sleeves like this. And a sash like that. Yes, I remember. Guess what? That was the dress I was wearing when I met Frida.
Lunch hour is among one of the worst times of the day for me. That little redheaded girl's looking at me with this stupid bag on my head. She must think I'm the biggest fool alive. But she isn't looking at me. Then I can take the bag off quickly, and she never noticed to begin with. On the other hand, if I never take the bag off my head, I'll never have to know if she was looking at me or not. On the other hand, it's very hard to breathe in here. She's not looking at me. I wonder why she never looks at me. Oh well, one lunch hour over with. Only 2,863 to go. All I need is one more try. Gotta get that kite to fly. And I'm not the kind of guy who gives up easily.
I'm sure you could play something nice like April showers. Or even fresh chocolate. Beethoven's nice too.
happiness is a fleeting thing, Sally. And I really think that a man can really come closer to it by directing the forces of his life towards a single goal that he believes in. And I also think that a man's personal search for happiness isn't really a selfish thing, because by achieving happiness himself, he can help others to find it. Does that make sense to you?
We had spaghetti 3 times at our house this week.
A white dress, and nice slippers, and a big bottle. But I guess that's sort of silly, isn't it, Charlie Brown?
No. Well, we've all had our own silly dreams or ambitions, or whatever you want to call them. I mean, I've had one myself for years, but I've never told anyone.
What is it, Charlie Brown? You can tell me.
No, it's not the sort of thing I should tell.
Come on, Charlie Brown. I wouldn't give it away. Come on, please.
Well, I've always wanted to be called Flash. I hate the name Charlie. I'd really like to be real athletic and all around school I'd be known as Flash.
Hey, Frida! Listen to this!
Why does this always happen to me? What's the matter, Sally?
Well, I don't know. I was jumping rope. Everything was alright. And then suddenly it all seemed so futile.
Beethoven used to be fond of taking long walks in the country. He was always inspired by the beautiful sounds of the countryside.
You blockhead! Come back here with that ball!
Beethoven had it nice.
I think I'm losing my flavor.
Hey Snoopy, we're home from school. Gosh, it's good to see you again.
Oh, Snoopy, you're so adorable!
Okay, Snoopy, I'll be out later with your supper dish.
I think Snoopy's such a wonderful dog.
Me too. He's just about the best there is.
They like me, I think they're swell. Isn't it remarkable how things turn out so well? Yes, yes, it is.
little creature I am, I would pounce. I pounce. I pounce. I never realized it was so far down to the ground from here. Oh, it's hot. Let me see. Where was I? Oh yeah, that's right. The pretty sky. Not bad. Not bad at all. Cozy home. Born and bed. Sturdy roof. Beneath my head. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad. Not bad at all. You know, I wonder if it will snow tonight. Ow! I think I'd walk right up to that little redheaded girl and introduce myself. I think I'll introduce myself, and then I think I'd ask her to sit by me. I think I'd ask her to sit by me, and then I think I'd tell her how much I've always admired her. Then I think I might as well just flap my arms and fly to the moon. Yesterday, I was a dog. Today, I'm a dog. Tomorrow, I'll probably still be a dog. There's just so little hope of advancement. Am I right, Mustafa?
Today is April Fool's Day, Charlie Brown. I think I'll play a little trick on you. I think I'll try a little trick. You know what I mean, don't you? You understand that today is April Fool's Day. I want to be absolutely sure. Okay? Hey, Charlie Brown, guess what? That little red-haired girl is over there and she wants to give you a hug and a kiss.
Really? Wow, this is fantastic.
April Fool!
Why does this always happen to me? Again!
Just like shooting a fish in a barrel.
Hey, Snoopy, you see this stick? I, the human, will throw this stick, and you, the dog, will retrieve it.
Well, I, the dog, could not be less interested. Yay! I got it!
Hey, you give me back my blanket.
No, I've got it. I'm going to keep it. This is just the start you need to break this disgusting habit.
Apparently, you haven't heard of the latest scientific reports. A blanket is as important to a child like a hobby to an adult. Many a man spends his time collecting automobiles, rebuilding model trains, collecting old telephones, or even studying about the Civil War. This is called playing with the past.
Really?
Certainly, and it helps these men to cope with their everyday problems. Now, I believe it's going to be very necessary for me to get my blanket back, so I'm just going to... It's surprising what you can do with some smooth talking and some fast action. Got you back again. Delightful. Sucking your thumb without a blanket is like eating a cone without ice cream.
baby brother with his silly blanket.
Well, you know how babies are with blankets.
What do you mean? It's a cozy sanctuary, but it's far from necessary, 'cause I'm just as self-reliant as before. As a simple demonstration of my independent station, I will walk away and leave it on the floor. Yes, I'll walk away and leave it, though I know you won't believe it. I will walk away and leave it on the floor. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yes, I'll walk away and leave it on the. Ah! Don't you ever let me do that again.
Help us taste, Linus.
I thought I could do it. I actually thought I could do it. It's foolish, I know it. I'll try to outgrow it, but meanwhile, it's my blanket and me.
Linus, do you know what I intend? I intend to be a queen. I grow up, I'm going to be the biggest queen there ever was. And I'll live in a big palace, with a big front lawn, and have lots of beautiful dresses to wear. And when I go out in my coach, all the people will...
Lucy, I believe queen is an inherited title. Yes, I'm quite sure. A person can only become a queen by being born in a royal family of the correct lineage, so that she may assume the throne after the death of the reigning monarch. So I can't think of any possible way you could ever become queen. Sorry, Lucy, but it's true.
And in the summertime, I will go out in my summer palace, and I will wear my crown and smoke and everything. And all the people will cheer, and I will shout at them. And what do you mean I can't be queen?
Well, it's true.
There must be a loophole. This kind of thing always has a loophole. Nobody should be kept from being a queen if she wants to be one. It's undemocratic.
Good grief.
It's usually just a matter of knowing the right people. I bet a few pieces of well-placed correspondence, and I'll get to be queen in no time.
I think I'll watch television.
If I can't become a queen, then I'll be very rich. I'll work and work until I'm very rich, and I'll buy myself a queendom.
Good grief.
Yes, I'll buy myself a queendom. Then I'll kick out the old queen and take over the whole operation myself. I will be head queen. Okay, switch channels.
Whoa, I'm not one of your royal subjects. What makes you think you can just walk in here and take over?
These 5 leaders. Individually, they're nothing. But when I curl them together into a single unit, they become a fighting force terrible to behold.
Yes, sir.
Supper time now?
Not yet.
Supper time now?
Not yet.
A C? I got a C on my coat hanger sculpture? How could anyone get a C in coat hanger sculpture? May I ask a question? Was I being judged on the piece of sculpture itself? If so, is it not true that time alone can judge a work of art? If I was judged on my talents, then I was judged unfairly. Is it right that I be judged on a part of life over which I have no control? If I was judged on my effort, then I was judged unfairly, for I tried as hard as I could. Perhaps I was being judged on what I had learned on this project. Then were not you, my teacher, also being judged on your ability to transmit your knowledge to me? Should you not share my C?
Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah.
Thank you, Miss Othmar. The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
How are you today, Sally?
I'm mad. I'm mad at the whole world.
Are you mad at everybody in the whole world?
I'm mad at everybody.
Are you mad at all the animals and the birds and the fish? How about all the trees and the flowers?
Yes, I'm mad at them too. I'm mad at everything.
Are you mad at all the sky and the stars? Are you mad at the ground? Are you mad at TV and bracelets and billboards?
You didn't mention jump ropes.
Are you mad at jump ropes?
I'm especially mad at stupid jump ropes.
Here, Lucy, this is for you. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Here, Lucy, this is for you. Happy Valentine's Day. You can do it if you just don't get nervous. Here, Lucy, this is for you. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, here she comes. Here, Lucy, this is for you. Merry Christmas. I'd give anything if that little red-headed girl sent me a Valentine. Maybe she did send me one, and it's in my mailbox right now. All I have to do is check. But if she didn't send me a Valentine, I'll be crushed. On the other hand, I've got to look.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Nothing echoes like an empty mailbox.
I've been thinking about why you didn't get any Valentines, Big Brother. I think I figured it out. You didn't get any because no one sent you any.
Can't stand it. I sent a Valentine to everyone I know this Valentine's Day. And did I get any in return? No, not one. I get as many Valentines as a dumb dog. My stomach hurts. Lucy, I'm so depressed. Everything is going wrong for me. I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry to hear that, Charlie Brown. Maybe there's something I can do to help. I think what you need most of all is to come right out and admit all the things that are wrong with you.
Do you really think that'll help, Lucy?
Certainly.
All right, I'll try. I'm not very handsome or clever or lucid. I've always been stupid at spelling and numbers. I've never been much playing football or baseball or stickball or marbles or checkers or ping pong. I'm usually awful at parties and dances. I stand like a stick, or I cough, or I laugh, or I don't bring no present, or I spill the ice cream, or I get so depressed that I stand and I scream. Oh, how could there possibly be one small person as thoroughly, totally, utterly blah as me?
Well, that's okay for a starter.
A starter?
Certainly. You don't think that mentioning a few superficial failings is going to do you any good, do you? Why, Charlie Brown, you really have to delve. You're stupid, self-centered, and moody.
I'm moody.
You're terribly dull to be with.
Yes, I am. And nobody likes me, not Frida, or Shermie, or Linus, or that guy in the audience,
Or Lucy.
or Lucy,
Or Snoopy.
or... Now wait a minute. Snoopy likes me.
He only pretends to like you because you feed him. That doesn't count.
Or Snoopy. Oh, why was I born just to be one small person as thoroughly, totally, utterly...
Wait. You're not very much of a person.
That's certain.
And yet there is reason for hope.
There's hope.
For although you are no good at music like Schroeder, or happy like Snoopy, or lovely like me, you have that distinction to be. No one else but the singular, remarkable, unique Charlie Brown.
I'm me.
Yes, it's amazingly true. For whatever it's worth, Charlie Brown, you're you.
Gosh, you know something, Lucy? I'm beginning to feel better already. You're a true friend, Lucy. A true friend.
That'll be 5 cents, please. I couldn't decide whether to try fudge marble, chocolate, rocky road, vanilla, or butter pecan. I finally decided to try fudge marble. Then I had to choose between a plain cone or a sugar cone. I decided on a sugar cone. So what happens? I walk outside and I drop the whole thing on the sidewalk. Don't tell me my life isn't a Shakespearean tragedy.
Today is my grandfather's birthday, Charlie Brown.
How old is he turn?
65. It's hard to believe he was once a human being.
You know, why doesn't I always have my supper in the green dish and my drinking water in the blue dish? One of these days, I'm going to end up having my supper in the blue dish and my drinking water in the green dish. I mean, come on, life's just too short not to live it up a little.
Schroeder, do piano players make a lot of money?
Money?
cares about money? This is great music I'm playing, you blockhead. And great music isn't art, you hear me? Art, art, art!
You're fascinating.
Alright, everybody out for rabbit chasing.
Oh, good place.
Come on, Snoopy. Off and at 'em. It's a magnificent day for chasing rabbits. The air is clear, the sun is shining, the fields and woodlands lie open and inviting.
Well, you see, that's the thing. If it's such a magnificent day, why spoil it for the rabbits?
Let's go, Snoopy. Where's the old thrill of the chase? Where's your spirit of adventure? What kind of dog are you, anyway?
I'm a sleeping dog. I think you can take it from there.
Come on, Snoopy. Let's get out there and track us down a big old rabbit.
Well, I get the feeling she's pretty determined. She might as well get her money's worth.
Attaboy, Snoopy. We ought to see lots of game today.
Sometimes, when you're depressed, all you want to do is lean your head on your elbow and stare into space. Occasionally, this can go on for hours. If you're unoccasionally depressed, you occasionally have to switch elbows.
Shredder? What did you do with that picture of me I gave you?
I threw it away.
With your own hands?
Of course.
He touched my picture! He touched my picture!
This has been a bad day for me. Maybe, if I'm lucky, tomorrow will be a better day.
Well, in some parts of the world, today is yesterday, and today is tomorrow. So if tomorrow is already today, Charlie Brown, there's no way you can have a better day.
You're a lot of fun to have around.
Chasing mountains, chasing mountains, chasing mountains.
it is important that the superficial characteristics of its deceptive political plot should not be allowed to blind the reader of its more substantial fabric of its deeper motivations. In this report, I plan to discuss the sociological implications of family pressures so great as to drive an otherwise moral rabbit to perform acts of thievery which he consciously knew were against the law. I also hope to explore the personality of Mr. McGregor and his conflicting roles as farmer and humanitarian.
Start writing now when I'm not really rested. It could upset my thinking, which is no good at all. Get a fresh start tomorrow, and it's not due till Wednesday, so I'll have all of Tuesday unless something should happen. Why does this always happen? I should be outside playing, getting fresh air and sunshine. I work best under pressure, and there'll be lots of pressure if I wait till tomorrow. I should start writing now. If I start writing now when I'm not really rested, it could upset my thinking, which is no good at all.
The name of the rabbit was Peter. 1, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8, 2, 9, 30, pop! Down came the sack on his head, smash! And Robin fell like a sack full of lead, crash! The sheriff laughed and he left him for dead. Oh, but he was gone. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Just then an arrow flew in, whip! It was a sign for the fight to begin, zip! And then it looked like the sheriff flew in. Oh, we run along. Away they ran. Just like rabbits, run along. As you can tell from the story of Peter Rabbit, the Disney Park is about rabbits, 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 chasing rabbits, chasing.
How do they expect us to write a book report of inequality in just 2 days? How do they conspire to make life so miserable and so effectively in so many ways?
Not to mention the extreme pressures exerted on him by his deeply rooted rivalry with Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail.
Very
Here's the World War I findings. Flying high over France, it is solid cap. Searching for the infamous Red Baron. I must bring him down. All right, Red Baron. Where are you? Flying ace is never saying, yeah. I just, you know. Drat this frog! It's bad enough having to fight the Red Baron without having to fly in weather like this. All right, Red Baron, where are you? You can't hide forever. The sun is finally broken through. I can see the woods of monster glow. What's that? It's a Gopher Triplane! I've got you this time, Red Baron! No! He's diving down out of the sun! He's tricked me again! I've got to run. Come on, stop with Camel! Let's go! Go, Camel, go! Back in the aerodrome in France, he's exhausted, and yet he does not sleep. For one thought continues to burn in his mind. Someday, I'll get you, Red Baron! Get you, for sure! Oh yeah, that's what you think. 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 What? That's my new philosophy. Oh yeah, that's what you think.
Why are you telling me?
What?
Why are you telling me?
Why are you telling me? I like it. Why are you telling me? That's a good philosophy. Why are you telling me? Why are you telling me my new philosophy? The teacher gave a D on last week's homework. She said, Miss Sally Brown, our heads are rolling down. I could have told her my new philosophy. Miss B, I'm C. Let's see. A D, a D.
Well,
Why are you telling me? And that's my new philosophy.
that's your new philosophy.
Why are you telling me? My new philosophy.
That's great, Sally, but I gotta go practice Chopin's Nocturne in B flat minor.
No! I like it. No! That's a good philosophy. No!
That's your new philosophy, huh?
Yes! I mean, no! Just like a busy bee, each new philosophy can fly from tree new philosophy.
Sally, some philosophies are simple. Man does not live by bread alone. Some philosophies are clear.
Leave your message at the sound of the tone.
Some philosophies forget choose, deciding what goes in it. Some take a lifetime,
Take a minute.
but Sally, something that takes only a minute can't be very everlasting. For instance, it took Beethoven over 2 years to complete his brilliant Ninth Symphony.
No.
I can't stand it! I can't stand it!
I like it!
It's like a guarantee. My new philosophy. And things are sure to be Oh yeah, that's what you think. Why are you telling me? No!
I can't stand it!
Life is free and easy. Much more philosophies in with You know, someone has said we should live each day as if it were the last day of our life.
This is the last day! This is it! I only have 24 hours left! Help me! Help me! This is the last day!
Clearly, some philosophies aren't for all people. And that's my new philosophy.
Alright, gang. I want this game to be our biggest and best game of the season. I want going out there with everything he's...
Charlie Brown, I've thought of some new strategy for you. Why don't you tell the other team we're going to play at a certain place, only it isn't the real place. Then, when they don't show, we'll win by forfeit. Isn't that a good strategy? I don't understand these playing managers who don't want to use a good strategy.
But the thing we have to remember is spirit and teamwork. I'm sure as long as we
That other
really...
team was trash talking us, Charlie Brown. But I got even with them, though. I said, you guys think you're so great? Mozart was writing symphonies when he was your age. That really shut him up.
Sure it did, Soder. I'm sure it did. But if we really bear down and grit our teeth, I'm sure we can finish
Charlie
on
Brown, I don't think you should be playing manager. I think you should be a bench manager.
That's a good idea. You'd be a great bench manager, big brother. You could say, bench do this, or bench do that. You could even be in charge of where we put the bench. When we get out to the playing field, you could say, let's put the bench here, or let's put the bench there.
I can't stand it.
What's the sense of our playing when we know we're going to lose? Even if there was 1,000,000 to 1 chance we might win, it would make some sense.
Yeah.
Well, there may not be 1,000,000 to 1 chance, but I'm sure there's at least 1,000,000,000 to 1 chance.
Yeah!
Give me a T.
T!
Give me an E.
E!
Give me an A.
A!
Give me an M.
M!
What do you got?
T!
There's no team like the best team, which is our team right here. We will show you we're the best team in the very little league this year. And in no time, we'll be big time with the big league baseball stars. For all we have to do is just win one more game, and the championship is ours.
Dear Pen Pal, never guess what happened today at the baseball game. It's hard to believe what happened today at the baseball game. I was the manager, Schroeder was catcher, and all of the team was the same as always. But somehow a disaster struck at the baseball game. Come on!
balls, 2 strikes, the bases were loaded with 2 men out. I pitched my curve, but somehow she hit it a good, strong clout. Lucy I hauled, it's coming right to you, she caught it as easy as pie, and dropped it. I think it's good for teams morale to see their manager cry. Lucy helps out by fighting a runner and catching the ball in his teeth. Linus got flies from the 3rd-story window by holding his blanket beneath. Yes, we had fortitude, no one could argue with that. And one word would win us the game as I came up to bat.
Charlie Brown. All right, Charlie Brown. All behind you. Sort of. I mean, this kid can't pitch. He pitches like my grandmother, Charlie Brown. But all you have to do is bear down. Just bear down. And when you get to first, watch before my signal. Got it, Flash? And the championship is ours.
2 men were on with 2 outs and me with 1 strike to go. Then I saw her, this cute little red-headed girl I know. Firmly I vowed I would win it for her, and I shouldered my bat and I swung. Dear pen pal, I'm told where you live is really quite far. Would you please send directions on how I can get where you are? Your friend, Charlie Brown.
I'm sorry to have to say it right to your face, Lucy, but it's true. You're a very crabby person. I know your crabbiness has probably become so natural to you now that you're not even aware when you're being crabby. But it's true, just the same. You're a very crabby person, and you're crabby to just about everyone you meet. Now, I hope you don't mind me saying this. And I hope you'll take it in the kindest spirit it's meant. I think we should be open to any opportunity to learn more about ourselves. Yes, I think Socrates was right in saying, one of the first rules in life is know thyself. I think I said about enough. I hope I haven't offended you or anything.
Well, what's Socrates got to do with it anyway? Who was she anyway? Did she ever get to be queen? Tell me that. Did she ever get to be queen? Did she ever get to be queen? Who was Socrates anyway? Know thyself. Huh.
Come on, Snoopy. Okay, you're gonna help me get my arm back in shape, okay? Now watch out for this one. You faster.
Oh, Charlie Brown. I'm glad you're here. I'm conducting a survey and there are a few questions I'd like to ask you.
Yes, certainly, Lucy.
Well, first of all, I'd like to ask, on a scale of 0 to 100, using the standard of 50 as average, 75 is above average, and 90 as exceptional, where would you rate me with regards to crabbiness?
Lucy, that's a very hard question.
You may have a moment to think it over, if you like, or we can come back to that question later.
My dog tells me that I'd like to come back to that question.
Well, the next question deals with certain character traits you may have observed. Regarding personality, would you say that I am A, forceful, B, pleasing, or C, objectionable?
have to say A, but
Forceful, I see. I'll put a check mark at the letter A then. Now, would you rate my ability to get along with others as poor, fair, good, or excellent?
well, I guess it depends on what you mean by get along with others.
You know, make friends. Sparkle in a crown. That sort of thing.
Is there a space for abstention?
Certainly. I'll put a check mark at none of the above. The next question deals with my physical appearance. Referring to my beauty, would you say that I am stunning, mysterious, or intoxicating?
Well, gee, Lucy, it looked just fine to me.
Stunning, I see. Let's get back to that first question then. On a scale of 0 to 100...
I remember the question, Lucy.
Well,
51.
51 is your crowd-please rating for me. All right, that about does it, I guess. Thank you very much for helping with the survey. Your cooperation has been greatly appreciated.
Yes, anytime, Lucy. Come on, Snoopy.
Oh, one more question. Would you answer yes or no to the question? Is Lucy Van Pelt the sort of person you would like to have as president of your club or civic organization?
Yes, by all means, Lucy.
Thank you very much. Now let... That's you! 51. None of the above. Shirley was right. I can already feel myself being filled with the glow of self-awareness. Oh, Sally! I'm conducting a survey.
110, C, poor, none of the above, and no. And what are you going to do about that dent you made in my bicycle?
It's amazing how fast one of these surveys gets around. Oh, Linus! I'm glad you're here. I'm conducting a survey and there are a few questions I'd like to ask you.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, on a scale of 0 to 100, using a standard of 50 as average, 75 as above average, and 90 as exceptional, where would you rate me with regards to grabbiness?
You're my big sister.
That's not the question.
No, but that's the answer.
Come on, Linus. Answer the question.
Look, Lucy, if I gave any sort of an honest answer, you're going to slug me.
Linus, a survey that is not based on honest answer is like a house that is built on a foundation of sand. Would I be spending my time to conduct the survey if I didn't expect complete candor in all the responses? I promise not to slug you. Now, what would you give me as your confidence rating?
95?
It's a woman's prerogative to change her mind. Now I add these two columns, and that gives me my answer. There, it's all done. Let's see what we've got. It's true! I'm a crabby person! I'm a very crabby person and everybody knows it! I've been spreading crabbiness everywhere I go! I'm a super crab! It's a wonder anyone will still talk to me! It's a wonder I have any friends at all! Or even associates! I've done nothing but make life miserable for everyone! I've done nothing but breed unhappiness and resentment! Where did I go wrong? How could I be so selfish? How could I do? Don't talk to me, Linus. I don't deserve to be spoken to. I don't deserve to breathe the air I breathe. I'm no good, Linus. I'm just no good.
Sure you are.
I'm no good. And there's no reason at all why I should go on living on the face of this earth.
Yes, there is.
Name one. Tell me one reason why I should go on living on this planet.
Well, for one thing, you have a little brother that loves you. Every once in a while, I say the right thing.
I'm sure it's surprising, But I'm sure Lucy knows that she can't be crabby anymore. Where is everybody? I told them to meet here. If we don't rehearse, we can't sing at the assembly tomorrow. Charlie Brown? Linus? Lucy?
You blockhead! Give me back that pencil!
No, not until you give me back my crayons.
That's my best pencil, you block. If you don't give me that pencil, I'll tell Sally what you said about her.
Stop that! You gotta rehearse. You're late.
What did you say about me, Linus?
He said,
Lucy!
Stop that!
I'm sorry I'm late, but Sophie was...
There's no time to be sorry. We've gotta rehearse.
What did he say?
he said,
Quiet! Now remember, this is a mood piece. You must paint a picture with music and words. And concentrate! Now remember, Adagio con brio.
give me my pencil.
Not in your life.
Hey, don't tell me what you told Lucy.
Give me that pencil, you blockhead! Give me my pencil.
No! Not until you promise not to tell her.
What are you trying to do? Stifle my freedom of speech? Give me my pencil.
My pencil.
No! Give me that pencil!
Why did you take Sally's pencil?
What did he call me?
He said you were an enigma.
Boy, that makes me... What a terrible picture. What's an enigma? Never mind.
What's an enigma?
What's an enigma?
Hey, you still got my pencil.
A discouraging word. And the
I've been wondering, when doll was first regarded as man's best friend?
You know, probably right after the invention of cookies. Oh, I took a tingling again. I feel like I have to bite someone before the sun goes down, or I'm gonna start raving mad. And yet, I know society frowns on such an action. So what happens, you say? Stuck with tingly teeth, that's what happens.
Each family has a chain of command.
And do you know who's the lowest on that chain? Guess! It's the dog! The dog is the lowest. Do you understand that? I said, do you understand that? I hate it when you just stare at him like that.
Hi, Linus. Where are you going today? Lucy's teaching me, Charlie Brown. She says that a sister is responsible for the education of her little brother, so she's teaching him. Boy, is she intelligent.
Come along, Linus. Do you see this tree? It is a fir tree. It's called a fir tree because it gives us fur coats. It also gives us wool in the wintertime.
Wow, Lucy, I never knew that before. That's fascinating.
This is an elm tree. It's very little, but it down there, those tiny little black things. Those are bugs. They make the grass grow.
That's all.
They run around all day long, tugging and tugging at each tiny seedling until it grows into a great tall blade of grass.
Boy, that's amazing.
Oh, good grief.
And this thing here, it's called a hydrant. They grow all over, and no one seems to know just how a little thing like that gives so much water. You see that bird? It's called an eagle. But since it's little, it has another name, a sparrow. And on Christmas and Thanksgiving, we eat them.
No, I just can't stand idly by and listen to your wild.
And when you're there, those little stars make the rain that falls in showers. And when it's cold and winter is upon us, the snow comes up, just like the flowers.
No, Lucy, I know that song. Snow doesn't come up, it comes down.
No, Charlie Brown, after the snow comes up, the wind blows it around so it looks like it's coming down. But actually, snow comes up out of the ground like grass. It comes up, Charlie Brown. Snow comes up.
Lucy, why is Charlie Brown banging his head against that tree?
To loosen the bark to make the tree grow faster. Come on, Linus. Bugs can make the wind blow, bugs can make the grass grow. So, there you go. These are little dog facts that you know.
My stomach clock just went off. It's supper time! Charlie Brown has forgotten to feed me. Again. Here I lie, a withering, hollow shell of a dog. And there sits no supper dish. And if there was one there, it would be empty. But that's alright. You'll remember when no furry friend comes to bring him home from school. Then you'll remember and you'll rush out here to the doghouse, but it'll be too late. There'll be nothing left but the dried carcass of a former friend who used to run and play with him so happy. Nothing but the bleached bones of...
What are you doing up there? I've been standing here a whole minute with your supper dish. Now get off your doghouse and eat your supper.
Supper time! Supper time! Behold the brimming bowl of meat and meal, which has been brought forth to ease our hunger. Behold the flowing flag and moist and sweet, which has been set forth to slay our thirst.
Now, Snoopy, get off your doghouse and eat your supper.
Come on then. It's supper time. Yeah, it's supper time. Oh, it's supper time. Very best time of day. It's supper time. Yeah, it's supper time. And when supper time comes, can supper be far away? Bring on the soup dish, bring on the cup, bring on the bacon and fill it up, 'cause it's supper, 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 supper time. Supper time. Bring on the doctor, bring on the
any other dog.
Well, what's wrong with making supper time a joyous occasion? I mean, seriously, is it against the law?